Hey guys, welcome to episode number 1 of Profit Talk. I'm Danica, the vegan picker. This is Deb, pinching pesos. We know pretty much most of you in the audience, so you guys have known what was going on. I am like a complete nervous wreck. I don't know why. I do the morning show like every day. So I don't know why I'm nervous, but I am. We're going to talk about organization tonight.
Or
There
lack
have
thereof.
do what?
I said, or lack thereof.
Number one. Oh my God! I pulled a Chad.
Oh, look at you.
No.
Shame on Danica.
I did that. So, anyways, tonight we're going to talk about organization. There's been so many people talking about, oh, I sold this and now I can't find it, or what do I do for my taxes, and oh my God, my inventory, and just 50 billion things, and it all kind of boils down to organization. So we thought that would be, a good way to start. And Deb just did a huge thing organization-wise. So Deb, you go first, and then I'll do mine.
Okay, so I've been doing eBay for like 3 years, and I don't organize anything very well at all in general. But I decided that if I was going to actually have a successful business and reach the goals that I wanted to reach, that I was going to have to organize, and I was just going to have to overcome my personal issues with organization and do what I have to do and buckle down and keep track of my stuff and organize my inventory and, track my cost of goods and all of that stuff. So I've actually done really well. I've been following the spreadsheet that I'm sure some of y'all have seen that I posted about, where I keep track of my cost of goods when, they come into the house. I tried not to do it, but I have to. It's just something I have to do. And me being as unorganized as I am with everything else in general, I'm actually really proud of myself that I could do it. So if I can do it, anybody can do it.
We'll put the spreadsheet that you were talking about. We'll put a link in the description later. I know there's a couple of good ones, but you seem to like the one that you got, right?
I do. I do like it. I know some people, well, I know a lot of people bought it based off of my recommendation, and someone mentioned, like, okay, so am I going to have to track everything and write everything down? Yeah, I mean, you are. The spreadsheet, basically, I mean, it covers pretty much every aspect that you need to track as far as I've decided that I'm not going to use the sales part of it just because I have GoDaddy, so I don't need it. But I do need to use the on-site inventory tracker, and I also need to use the FBA spreadsheet, part of the spreadsheet as well, because I haven't been keeping track of things that I've been sending to FBA. I've only been keeping track of eBay stuff and merchant fulfilled stuff. So those two parts I'm using. The other parts, as far as like the sales trackers, I'm not using just because I don't have to, because I have GoDaddy.
So it would just be redundant.
Right. It would
Right.
just be totally redundant. What I could do is, essentially, if I wanted to, I could download all of my solds and copy and paste them into the spreadsheet, but there just really isn't a reason to do that, because yeah, it's just doing it twice, and so really all I need to keep track of is my cost of goods and my, and then, because
Does it
unfortunately GoDaddy doesn't have a cost of goods section, and they also are not planning to add that.
does it have
So
mileage in there and all of that stuff too?
the spreadsheet does, but I track my mileage on GoDaddy under the mileage tab.
Okay. See, I don't use GoDaddy. Um, I had John make me a spreadsheet, and it has a tab for every month, and I put in my cost of goods and whether it's eBay or Amazon, and then if it's eBay, it's set up to where when I put in what it sold for, it takes out, like the fees and everything and calculates it for me. And then it has that in a column. If it's Amazon, I just put, what it sold for, because I haven't quite decided how I want to do that.
Yeah, see, that's too much for me. Like, I wouldn't ever do it.
I have to see it. Like, I need to see that. And then mine has mileage and any write-offs that I have. There's another page for write-offs. I can't think of what else it has. There's more to it than that. I can't remember what all I had him put in it now, but it keeps everything in one spot for me, and then it's broken down by months. Oh, it tabulates. At the end of the month, I can just have it calculate, what my cost of goods was, my total cost of goods and my total sales, for that month, that kind of thing. And if something doesn't sell in that month, that's what I don't know. I don't know what to do. You know what I mean? I'm just putting like, okay, unsold, under that, and just kind of taking it out of the cost of goods and then carrying it, to when it sells, and then I put it in, and I'm like, it's not the best way, but I haven't figured out how I want to do it. So
that seems really complicated.
It's not it's the way my brain works.
GoDaddy does everything for you besides cost of goods. It pulls all of your expenses, but it's up to you to keep, like, because, your cost of goods, and this is where people get confused, your cost of goods don't count until your item's sold. So even though you bought all this stuff, if it hasn't sold yet, it doesn't count as far as your taxes are concerned. So for GoDaddy, what you have to do is it keeps track of all your expenses, but you're going to have to separate out your inventory from your, like, actual profit type thing. So the only thing with GoDaddy, the only thing I have to do is I have to keep track of the individual item costs, but if I keep my beginning of the year inventory and my end of the year inventory numbers, then everything in between just gets added and subtracted, and it's all kind of simplified. It's not as complicated.
The reason that I do it the way that I started doing it the way that I was doing it was so that as an item came in, it would automatically be accounted for. So and I want to keep doing that. I want that part to stay.
Yeah, and that's what I've been doing. I've been doing that. It comes in, and I basically put it into the spreadsheet, and I've been assigning it a number and trying to find one that I can show you. And then I've been putting little stickers on them just to keep track of saying, like, how much it cost and what day I bought it. Right. And then, so I've been doing that, and that's working, and that's all I really need to do.
See, like, my brain, it wouldn't I can't do, like, I have to have it all in one place. I have to have all of this information about everything. It's just...
I know I wouldn't maintain something like that at all. Like, I would do it for like 3 days, and then it'd be done. So,
lovely.
I would get to the end of the year and I have no numbers. like I quit January the 3rd.
Like I couldn't do the way you're doing because I would be freaking out about the whole thing. Like, it's not enough. You know what I mean? Like, I need to see all these things, like, right now. I don't know how to explain it. Like, I need all of that information. I need as much information about everything as I can get all in one spot.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Sorry, I'm trying to type.
Oh, you're fine.
Yeah.
I was trying to talk in chat, and it just didn't work.
my brain's like, I can't do any more than what I'm doing right now.
Hold on a second. So go ahead.
No, that's fine. Go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just going to say, my big project that I was doing was I've been for 2 months trying to organize my room. Like, the downstairs office. It's the downstairs office in the homeschool room. And I could not do it. Like, I freeze because, if you people don't know, I have OCD and perfectionist tendencies, and as soon as something starts going wrong, I freeze. I can't do anything. And if I walk into a huge mess, I don't know where to start. Like, I would just stand there and have a panic attack. Like, I can't move forward. So I finally grabbed John and I was like, babe, fix it. So he came in with me and he fixed it. And he took it a few steps further and he completely remodeled my room. Like, I mean, we painted everything, he put in a new floor, he did everything, and that was my big organization thing. Everything is in its place. Like, my shelves are all labeled, for all the kids' homeschool supplies, and my inventory the inventory that's down here is beautiful, and it's all organized. This is eBay, this is Amazon, but then I have another area upstairs. I have a second office upstairs, and that one's not too bad, but that's my next kind of organizing project. I really need to put them all in one room, but I just don't see that happening because I have too many things.
Well, what I'm doing now is completely getting rid of stuff. Like, I don't want it. I don't want it anymore. I've gotten to the point that yesterday, I spent 9 hours yesterday purging things from my room because I don't want to see this crap anymore. And I'm going to be doing that with the rest of my house. So, and then I have a shed outside that has stuff in it, and next week is like bulk pickup day, and it's all like going out on the curb. I've reached my maximum capacity on crap. And so I don't want it in here anymore. And
right.
Now, as far as like my eBay stuff goes, I mean, it's all been inventoried and it's all organized, and I have really big plans for March, as far as like how my business is going to be ran, what I'm going to be doing, how I'm going to be doing things, and so I'm not as concerned about this room because it is. I know it doesn't look it, but it is organized, and so as far as like, I have to get the rest of my house, because walking into a room and it being full of crap, or there's no joy in it, there's no anything, it weighs you down, and all you can think about is I should be doing the dishes, or I should be sweeping the floor, or I should be doing this. And so when you're trying to do eBay, you're thinking about what you have to do in your own personal life and vice versa. And you kind of get to the point where you're at a standstill and you're not accomplishing anything, and you're really unhappy with the way your business is going, and you're unhappy with the way your personal life is going. Yep. And you're not happy anywhere, and everywhere you look around, you feel like you're incompetent. At least I do. I feel like I'm incompetent, like I'm not capable, I'm not succeeding. And so what I'm doing right now is, like, I can't clean clutter. You can't clean clutter. You just can't. It needs to go. And so I'm purging. I'm just purging stuff because I think I'll be happier when it's all over with. And
that's what I told John when we started moving the stuff back in this room. I was like, I don't want that. I don't want that. Oh my God. It just kept coming and kept coming and kept coming. And, because I had this empty, beautiful, new room, and we just kept bringing everything back in. And I was just like, I don't want all of that. And I've already gotten rid of 2 totes and 3 boxes full of stuff just out of this room, and that was just homeschool stuff that we don't use anymore, that we don't need. We changed programs, or my kids outgrew it, that kind of thing. So I'm still going through that, but
I noticed something like yesterday, and I think what a lot of some people's problems is like when I was cleaning all the stuff out of the room, and people had asked, well, can't you sell any of that stuff? And I was like, I don't even want to think about that. I want it gone. Because if I got to thinking about all the little things that had a value, and all of the things that I might be able to sell, and I could do this, I would be stuck with so much stuff. And it's like when I first started business, I did like typical people do. I started with like stuffed animals and coffee cups and stuff like that, and I used to buy them by the bag. And so I could get a bag of like 15 or 20 of them for like $1.99 or $2.99, and then I would turn around and I'd only take out like 1 or 2 of them, and the rest of them were just kind of random other things. Well, at one point, I had like 18 tubs of stuffed animals that I might be able to sell at some point one day when I get around to listing them, whenever that day comes. And I finally decided, I was like, you know what? These gotta go. I don't care what's in there. I don't care what brand it is, what size it is. You know, if I could sell it for $20, I don't care. It's gotta go.
Yeah.
And I loaded them all up, and I gave them to a friend of mine that does eBay. And it was like such a weight off of my shoulders, because when you've got a lot of stuff, all I could think about was, I've got 1,000 things to list. I have 1,000 things to list. And so no matter how much I listed or what I accomplished, I didn't feel like I was accomplishing anything.
Right.
Because I had 1,000 things to list, you know. And I don't know. I'm really excited about getting rid of stuff, because I just think it's going to make my life so much easier and give me a lot more focus and less distraction. And
well, it's like you said about the you can't clean clutter. I spend so much time, you know, like I said, I freeze. You know, if there's too much, you know, I'm just like, I have no clue what to do, you know? So I really need to do the whole purge thing. I do, you know, like I'll watch an episode of Hoarders and I'm like, oh, sweet Jesus, give me like garbage bags, because stuff has got to go up out of my house. You know what I mean? So it's like, I need to watch a Hoarders marathon and just ditch all the crap that's in my house. Because the problem right now is we own a home, but with John's job, we travel. You know, so we have a travel home. So we have 2 of everything at least 2 of everything, because we have stuff that stays here at our home, and then we have stuff that goes with us, you know, in the travel home. So, you know, we've got couches and dining room tables and beds for everybody here, and then we have all that stuff for the travel house too. Well, right now it's all in my one house, because this is where John's project is right now, and it's like, oh my God. You know, I just have like so much crap everywhere. So it's like, I don't want to throw anything away, because, oh, what if we need it? What if?
No, I've come to decide, and I come from a family of like people that keep stuff. My dad has a huge barn and like 20 storage buildings, and like my aunt has like, I don't know how many storage facility, you know, rooms. And because they might use it one day. My aunt has this furniture and this like storage unit that she's been paying on for like 10 years. She could have just bought all new furniture.
Right.
You know, like at this point. And so I've decided that if there's something that I really needed, I would have already found it by now. Like it would be right here. You know, so there's nothing in that shed. There's nothing in that closet. There's nothing stored away that I need.
Right.
Because if I needed it, it wouldn't be in the storage. Like it would be here where I could use it.
See, I need to get that, like, to go straight through my brain and just be like, okay, you don't need this here, you know. My thing is the travel house. You know, am I going to need that when we go, you know, to wherever we go next? And it's like, I don't know. Like, do I even need 2 fully furnished houses? No, I don't. You know, if I'm going to go home, I need like the basics. I need furniture and plates, you know, and that's it. You know, we can take our clothes with us. We don't need clothes for here and clothes to travel with us. It's I worry about everything. Like that's my problem.
Well, I think that the thing is, and as like I was saying, when people are like, well, can't you sell that, can't you this? If you don't think about it and you just let it go.
Yeah.
Like, there is not a single solitary. I got rid of 5 bags of stuff, and I threw away 4 bags of things yesterday, so 9 bags of things. There's not a single solitary thing in there that I'm like, oh my God, and I had to like dig it out. Like, I don't need any of that stuff. I don't need it. I don't. And I totally plan to, like, I was looking at my living room today, and there's like this little decorative thing or whatever. It sits on top of my TV thing, and I was like, oh, that's going. Because I don't need it. I don't even really like it that much. And that's
That's
the thing.
out.
It's like, if I don't, like, really like it, why is it even in my house? Why am I going to dust it? You
Right.
know, like, I'm going to take the extra effort to clean something that I kind of like.
Now, is that the
You know,
book?
like,
Is that from the book that we were talking about?
um, yeah, well, I've had that concept before.
Hmm.
I've heard that years and years ago. But yeah, I did finish reading that book last night. Like I said, it's not a very good read.
Hmm.
Um, like, I skipped a lot of sentences. Because I don't care about her past. I want you to
Oh,
tell me about stuff.
yeah.
And so, yeah, it's not my kind of read. But I finished it. And honestly, that book could have been 20 pages long. Like, is the way I look at it. It could have been 20 pages long. It would have gotten the point across.
So is
So,
most of it like about her and how she grew up with her
yeah.
whatever?
And
Oh,
it's
yeah.
just not what I was looking for. But I
Yeah.
got the concepts out of it, and I'm a good skimmer.
Hmm.
So, um, and it, it all it prompted me to rethink how I was living. And one of the things is that if you have a house that's cluttered and you have you don't have it, like, things in there that you really like, it brings you down. Like, you don't get an opportunity to focus on other areas of your life that will make you happy. Things that you really want to do. And it's really true, because I'll start my day and I'm like, okay, I want to do this, 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 and this. But then I look around and I'm like, oh, I gotta clean the kitchen. Oh, I gotta do this. Oh, this looks like a mess. This, blah blah blah. And then I'm just stuck on this stuff that I'm supposed to do, and I never really get around to doing the things that I really want to do.
Yeah. See, I feel really, really, really bad because I'm not a like I said, my mom did not teach me, how to clean house. I'm an only child. She did everything for me. So I am terrible at it, but I've got that whole OCD thing, and I end up putting on blinders, because I can't get it perfect. And John, he's like the cool kind of OCD, like literally though, where he will pull everything out. Like when he cleans the kitchen, he takes everything out of the cabinets, wipes them off, cleans out the cabinets, puts everything back in all nice and neat and pretty. And I cannot be around when he does that because I will have a heart attack. Because
See,
that's just,
I'm gonna go through my cabinets tomorrow, because I have a top shelf that has stuff on it that I don't even know what that stuff is. So
oh,
if I don't know what that stuff is, I won't need it. So
mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna take it and throw it into the trash. Like, so, because I don't need it. I don't even know what's up there. So obviously I haven't needed it all this time. I need to get rid of it. It's gonna be amazing. Like, over the next couple of weeks, like, so much stuff is gonna be leaving my house. It's unbelievable. But I think that it's gonna totally help my business. Like,
Oh, I'm
if
sure.
if I can get my mind off of my house crap
Mm-hmm.
and put it in my business, I totally know I can reach the goals that I have for this year. And
Mm-hmm.
also, if I have less of my own stuff than my eBay stuff that kind of creeps into the other room, doesn't look as bad, because I can just take it and put it over somewhere else. Because, like,
You're going minimalist just so you can have more eBay
yeah,
inventory.
yeah, no, I'm really excited about, like, the next couple of months. And also, I know that we're going to be moving, because I'm planning on, buying a house here probably by the end of the year, and I'm not taking all this crap with me.
Mm-hmm.
And I sure as hell don't want to be going through this stuff while I'm trying to, move. That's horrible.
I do
I
an awesome purge every time we move. It's like, no, no, no,
But
no.
the thing is I want to do that now so I can be happy in my
Hmm.
space, and you know, I think it's going to totally help my business.
Well,
Getting my
that's
personal house organized is going to free my mind of, you know, it's going to free my mind of clutter.
that's what we were talking about. The part of the thing was, organizing your business and organizing your home, and then how does that help you to keep the balance between both? And I think that if you're organized, especially organized on both sides of that equation, there's no way that it can't, help you to maintain that line.
Another thing is that I'm not a consistent individual. Like, I'm not somebody that can stick with a routine for very long or do things, consistently. So if I have less stuff to, like, if you have less things, that's less stuff you have to clean. That's less possibilities of mess. And so if I have less, to do, it just is going to make it easier. Like, when I cleaned my room yesterday, it made it so much easier today when I was putting away laundry to just put away those 15 things, as opposed to before when I would just take the pile and put it over into the clean clothes pile.
Move a pile to make a pile.
Yeah, like, let's put this pile in this pile. So I totally just hung the stuff up and put it away, and the room's still clean today, and it'll probably continue to stay that way as long as I don't bring in more items. If I just keep it the way that it is, it's going to be easier to clean. Can't clean clutter.
There was a question, what do you use to organize your inventory? Is it shelves, racks, bins, all of the above? And then what items do you use for which storage option?
My unlisted stuff I leave out because I want to be able to see it. Otherwise it gets hidden away and then I forget that it's there and then it doesn't get listed. Things that I have listed I put into bins, and I use the clear ones. I always get clear bins, clear totes, so that way I can see what's inside. And I put them onto shelves. So, and then I have another shelving unit that is for things that doesn't fit into bins, like things that are already in boxes, and they don't, necessarily need to go into a tote. So I put them on the shelf.
I have in the upstairs office, I have lost so many things that I've brought into the house. That was one of the reasons that everything goes in the spreadsheet, because I keep finding all these little treasure troves of stuff that I sourced. I don't even remember when. And I'm talking piles of stuff that I keep finding. So that's another reason why everything goes straight into the thing. But upstairs, in the office upstairs, I have these huge shelves. They're like industrial shelves. And up there I have one shelf is things that I need to research. I know that they'll be a good seller, but I just don't know what platform, and exactly what price. And then I have another shelf that is things to list that need to be listed on eBay, and then I have another shelf that is where I keep my FBA inventory that I'm working on. Whatever my shipment is that I'm working on, I keep it there. And then downstairs I have more shelves that have a couple of things like that. They're things that just haven't made it upstairs yet, but none of it's listed. And then all of my listed stuff is in one place in totes or just on the shelves.
I almost feel like the more space you have, it's almost detrimental to your business if you're not a fast lister. I'm not. There's some people that are very good about listing their stuff when it comes into the house. They, they'll buy it, and I've seen some people that buy stuff in the morning and it's listed by the afternoon. I'm lucky if it's listed in the same month, or same year in some cases. But I think the more space you have, it gives you more opportunity to bring in more items and be less productive. Because, I have this room, and it's full of unlisted stuff. That is one thing I can, tell you. If you're going to keep your listed stuff away from your unlisted stuff. Don't even let them be close together. But if I didn't have this room, I would have less unlisted things, because I wouldn't have the room to put any of it. So I'd have to do less shopping, or I'd have to be more productive, or I'd be more picky about what I buy, knowing that it's going to sell more quickly because I don't have the room to store the stuff.
Yeah.
So there's some people that they have too much space, and they got a double car garage and an extra room and a storage building and a this and a that, and then it's almost like that's not a benefit anymore. That's actually, gonna weigh you down as far as
I
your
keep
productivity.
like I keep some stuff downstairs. It's on purpose now because there are some days that I can't go up the steps, like I
Right.
can't physically make it up the steps. So I can still do something, down here. I don't have to, ask one of my kids, hey, could you go upstairs on the third shelf, and grab me a couple, you know what I mean? I can
Yeah.
still work on, if I want to work on listings or if I want to, to do like FBA. So and it's really not that much that I'm keeping down here. When I first discovered my little closet cache that I had, there was quite a freaking lot. Like, there was a lot. But I've been really good, and I got it upstairs and, into its proper place. I guess I have like a staging area, like where I put my inventory when it first comes in. I guess it would be like a staging area, for does it need to be researched or just straight listed?
My staging area is down here. That's my staging area, right there.
You're like a baby Paul.
It goes on the floor. It all gets staged in the middle of the room.
Yeah. See, I didn't have the shelves that I have now. So that's where most of my stuff went. It either got put on my photo, I have my photo set up. It either got put there, which if I needed to take pictures, I had to take all the crap off, and shove it wherever I could, shove it in the room. So the shelves that I got that are just for, things that are like fresh things coming in, that's been awesome. I'm losing a lot less stuff, and it's already, it's already kind of sorted a bit, so that's been pretty big for me.
Yeah, I don't lose very many. I lose like one or two things. I've lost like one thing a year.
Oh my God, I forget.
I did. If you ever check out my YouTube channel, I posted a video about how to check your PayPal payments for items that you've sold. So it'll go back the whole time you've had your account, whatever dates you want to put. So that way you can check to see if you actually sold it or if it's just missing. So
did I sell that damn thing, or is it?
Because they only let you look back 90 days, and so if you sold it last year and you don't remember, that's the way you can look and find it. So
yeah, when you said that, I had no clue. Like, I was like, I totally thought that it was, like a 90-day. Yeah, you can only go back 90 days.
Yeah, PayPal keeps your stuff, so you can search. You just have to make sure you click the shopping cart part of it, and you can actually do a search for your item. So
now, will it bring up a list of everything that you sold, or is it just something you can search?
It will bring up a list of everything that you sold, and then it comes up in a spreadsheet, and you can just search. You can find the item. Like you can just,
sweet.
Yeah. So.
See, I didn't know that. I honestly thought that PayPal only went back 90 days. I don't know, and I don't even know where I got 90 days. But I thought PayPal only went back. But eBay's 60 days, right?
That was 90.
Is it 90? Hell, I don't know.
Yeah.
I thought it was.
Another good way to check if you don't know how to do that, if you sold something, I always leave feedback for stuff. So I've gone back in my feedback and did a search of my feedback for feedback that I've left and searched the item name to see if I sold it before. That's another little tippy tip. Or you can just be really organized and not lose things.
Yeah, see, I forget. That's my thing. It's called the fibro fog, which I was a ditz before. So now it's just like, oh my God, proportions, of what I'll forget. And some of the stuff I don't even remember, literally don't remember even buying it. It's brand new to me. Like, I don't even remember having seen it before. So it's like, oh, Christmas time. I wanted to say, though, about your storage. Do you label? Like, I am a label fanatic. I label everything. And all of my stuff has labels, you know, like I just make these pretty, I have label makers, and I just make these pretty labels for every single thing.
I don't know if you missed the beginning of the show when I said I was really unorganized, but no, there are no labels on things.
I've got like 4 label makers. I'll send you one.
I have a label maker.
They're my friend. But
it's still in the box. Like, I bought it. It's in there somewhere.
It's like one of my favorite, like my favoritist things is to label, you know, to label like the kids like back here, it's like fiction, and then there's nonfiction, there's classics, there's things there are for fun books, I mean, I have everything labeled, and it makes my mind happy. I can like sort, you know, what I'm seeing, because otherwise, like if I just looked at this bookshelf back here, that makes me panic. Like, just that makes me uncomfortable. So with the labels on there, it kind of.
So you got a label on the shelf that says books.
It says fiction.
Oh my God! You have them sorted by fiction and nonfiction?
I have fiction, classics, Shakespeare, poetry. I mean, it's an illness. It really is a freaking illness.
Yeah.
My totes are all labeled. You know, like.
I know some people label their totes, like, you can set up your custom field on eBay, and then they'll put a location number in the custom field, and then they'll put their items in those totes. And that's something that I'm actually planning on doing at some point. Since I've been assigning SKUs to everything that's been coming in, then what I'm going to basically do is put those SKUs on the totes, so that way I know what's in there.
You're just going to, like, print a list?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Basically what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make labels, and then I'm just going to, you know, whenever it's not there anymore, I can just cover it with something else. But because I do spend a little bit of time searching through totes to figure out what's in there to find my item. Fortunately, I only have like 200 listed things, but if I had like 1,000 listed things, I would lose my brain when I would try to do shipping. Like, it would be impossible. And that's one of the things, like I said, I have to, if I'm going to reach the level of business that I want to do, I have to get organized. There isn't any other option, because I'm at the top of how far I can go at the unorganized status that I have. Like, I can't get any further than this.
I think that just organizing your space, forget, you know, all the stuff that you did with organizing your books and that kind of thing. Just organizing your space and making it neat and easy to navigate, that in and of itself is going to let you grow.
Yeah.
I mean, just huge amounts. But then you doing I think taking control of your books and being able to see, you know, like at any given time where you are. Because I mean, there are so many people out there that, you know, that have been selling for years, and they don't keep track of jack.
They just know that they have money. And that's how I've ran my business the last, 3 years, is I had money in my account. That's what I knew. I knew I made money.
See, that would drive me, like, I couldn't.
But as far as if anybody said, like, how much money do you make running your business? Like, I could tell you how much sales I made, like, oh, I sold 3,500 things, $3,500 or whatever. But as far as, like, how much I actually made, no. I could give you a good estimate, but I can't, like, I couldn't tell you. And that's one of the things, like, that's holding me back, too, because, like, I have to apply for a mortgage, and I have to do that with eBay money. And I can't just tell them, like, well, I got some money. I don't know how much money really is going to be coming in, but I make money every month.
I think a lot of people would be shocked to see to see their actual numbers,
I think they would
you
too. I
know?
think that if you sat down and you really looked at it, it would be kind of shocking. I know that I personally spend, and this just goes back to me when I first started out, in that it wasn't a business for me. It was just something I was doing, and I would roll my money back into the business. And so I really, I wouldn't take a lot of money out of it. I was,
Hmm.
I might get gas in my car. I might buy something at the grocery store, or I might get lunch or whatever. But I wasn't, using it to live. And so I
Hmm.
was rolling a lot of my money back into my business. And I still have that mentality now, like where I'm spending way too much money, like I went today. I was at the store for an hour. I spent $100, like at Goodwill,
Hmm.
you know, and I can do that, like that, and it's not that I'm getting good stuff. It's stuff that's going to sell. It's going to make me money. But I also have 160 things over here that I bought because they were going to sell and make me money.
Yep.
So I have to buckle down and get everything listed because I'm spending too much money at this point because I'm rolling it all back in my business, and I need to stop doing that because I'm not. I need to make this where I can live off of the money, not just do eBay with it. If that
Are
makes
you,
sense.
do you consider yourself to still be in a growth phase?
Yes, I am at a transitional phase right now.
Are you?
Yes.
So how much more do you need to, you're wanting to, I mean, like, are you wanting to double what you did last year?
Yes. That is my goal for this year, is to double what I did last year. And if I double what I did last year, I will make what is a full-time income for my household.
And that's,
So, yeah. So my
and
goal,
but that's doable.
yes, but my goal is totally doable. Like, and that's why I'm saying, like, March is going to be a huge uh change. So everything that I'm doing now is is the stepping off point, to what's happening in March.
Right, you're ramping
Uh,
up.
yeah, I'm ramping up. I have to get everything ready, and it's gonna be big.
Are you excited?
I'm excited. It's gonna be different, and I think I'm scared. I think I'm
It's
scared because
new.
I'm gonna have to be productive. I'm gonna have to be an actual business person instead of being what I am now, which is I bullshit around and waste a
Yeah.
lot of time, and I waste a lot of energy. And that's why I want to get my house organized on a personal level, because that's less energy that I have to put into that. And
Hmm.
then I'm also going to hire a cleaning lady. But I can't hire a cleaning lady if it's not decluttered, because you can't just tell somebody, like, go clean that up,
Make
and
that
then
look
there's
good.
all this shit in the way. Like, you can't. It's like, you can't do it. That person
Do you
can't
see
do
that? Fix it.
it. It would be like if I let somebody loose in this room and was like, here, organize this stuff.
Right.
I could not pay them enough money to do it, first of all. But second of all, like, they wouldn't get it the way I wanted it to be done anyway. So,
Well, you wouldn't know what to do with it.
yeah. So I know, like, my room that I did yesterday, I know that I could tell somebody to go in there and say, clean that.
Hmm.
And they could. They could do it. Like, they could totally do it. And so that's the plan for the rest of the house. So I'm getting a clean lady come, like, March.
See, I want one, and he's offered one like multiple times, and I can't get myself, oh, I'm a stay-at-home wife, I homeschool my kids. That's part of my thing. I'm supposed to do that. I suck at it, but I'm supposed to
Yeah,
do that.
see, I I suck at it. Really bad. And my husband likes things to be clean, and I am not good at it. And so it's like, over the year, like, it used to be a big part of, like, our relationship problems. Like, that was his main complaint. That's his main complaint.
Hmm.
I think after so many years, he kind of just realized that, like, he got what he got, and I'm not gonna change. Like, I try my best, and this is as good as I get. And
Right.
so But like yesterday when I cleaned the room, he was like so excited. He's like, "Oh my God, babe, it looks so nice, and I'm so proud of you. You did such a good job." And then, but I'm a stay-at-home mom. Like, I should do that. It shouldn't be that big of a deal. So it makes me feel inadequate. So I can totally understand how you feel that, well, that's your job.
Yep.
Like, that should just be part of what you do. But it's not. That's not the way things are anymore. That it just doesn't work like that. You have a business as well, and you've got, other areas that just you don't have the time to do, like I was doing yesterday, which was steam cleaning the freaking corner of the bathroom baseboard. You just can't do that all the time.
I get stuck on, that's the stuff that I get stuck on. Like, I'll see, you know what, like my living room could be freaking trashed disaster area, and I will see like a spot on the wall of the hallway. And I'm there for an hour trying to get this stupid spot off, paying no mind to what's over here, because I saw that spot, and now that I've seen that little spot, I have to scrub it away.
Yeah, that's micro. That's like micro cleaning. Like my husband not long ago, like I don't know, like 2 months ago, offered. He was like, hey, if you get there's a lady, my friend's wife is looking for a job, and you need somebody to help you with eBay, and she's a housekeeper. Why don't you have her help you with eBay, and then she could like clean the house? And he's like, and I'll pay for half of it. And that was all fine and dandy, but I can't have her clean the house like in the condition that it's in. Like, she couldn't physically do it. So it's not like he's not, because I was looking at some of the things in the chat, and people talking about things, and it's not that he's not supportive of that area. Like, he totally wouldn't mind. It's not like he has that mentality of like, you have to be the one to do it. He just wants to clean, and he knows how hard it is for me.
Mm-hmm.
I try. I'm not good at it.
See, that's John. John would be so happy if the house was, pretty whatever. But I try. That's the bad thing, because like I really do try. I just suck. Like I just am not good at that. And he doesn't give me a hard time about it. Like, I mean, he might joke around, once, just like make a joke or whatever, but nothing, malicious.
Yeah. Well, I think that, if you can admit your weaknesses and find a solution for it, sitting there and saying like, well, I'm just going to keep trying, and I'm just going to keep reading all these organizational books, and I'm going to keep doing this, and I'm going to follow this program, and I'm going to do this and that. Sometimes you just got to, it's just not going to happen.
Yeah.
And, and I know it's, I know where my weaknesses are. I know, I've been unorganized my entire life. That's why I'm always buying organizational stuff. I'm like addicted to shelves and organizing systems and tabs and folders and all of those things, and nothing gets put in them. And I've been that way my whole life. I've been that way, like when I was in school. I would buy binders with these dividers and all this little system, and all the papers were just stuffed in my backpack. So.
Yeah.
So, but there's just certain things, like I have to, with my business, I can't just say I'm not good at it, so I'm not going to do it, because the IRS doesn't let you slide when you're like, well, I'm just not good at keeping track of stuff, so I didn't, so there, like they still want their money. And so that's what, I have, there is no other option, so I'm trying to do what can.
Yeah. Sorry, Paul was, because I said in the chat that I said, guys, I'm sorry, I'm trying to watch the chat, but I'm having a really hard time. And Paul said, yeah, it's not that easy, is it?
Paul doesn't even watch the chat in the morning show.
I'm like, I don't know. I'm sorry, Paul.
Yeah, so, I mean, if you have a problem, like if you're ADD, or you have some kind of issues like me, and you're just not good at, certain things, when it comes to your business, you just have to find a system that works for you, because not doing it just isn't an option. You know,
Absolutely.
you have to find something that works. You know, because, otherwise people get and things that work for other people, like your system. Oh my God, your system! I would have totally quit yesterday and not even started.
And
Because
see, yours, I couldn't do yours either.
right, everything is so different for everybody, so you just kind of have to pick and choose the things that are going to work for you, because only you know you. Nobody else knows you. And
well, the girls were talking about Fly Lady in the chat, and I have tried freaking Fly Lady so many times. It's just not even funny.
I can't.
But there are some things. There's some things that I have gotten from it, but
I like cleaning the sink every night. Like if I put the dishes in, what I've started doing is I cooked my husband's lunch like the night before, and so what I've started doing is while it's cooking, I take the stuff out of the dishwasher and put the stuff into the dishwasher, and I start the dishwasher. It doesn't take that long. Dishwasher stuff takes like 2 minutes. So that's what I do while his lunch is cooking. I do that part, and if you've got a clean sink, it totally helps everything else.
Well, I thought that was so stupid. Shine your sink. And I was like, oh God, this is for freaking morons. But it's really nice. It's really nice.
It's so nice to wake up in the morning and there's nothing in your sink.
Yep. I love it. So I wanted to, because believe it or not, somehow you and I have managed to chat for almost an hour. But I wanted to say some thank yous. Thank you, Deb, number one, for agreeing to do this with me. But I want to thank Chad for pushing me to start my own show. He was a little pushy, but I need that, and he knew I needed that. Ronnie, thank you for the pep talk mid chat. I want to thank the ladies. The ladies of Reselling, I think they've been great. That group, I'm loving that group. Like, that's just been really cool for me. Caesar, Country Girl, Sandy, all you in the chat, I really, really appreciate you coming tonight and supporting us like this. It means an amazing amount to me. So, there's my little hearts. So there's my, my little spiel. Go ahead.
I don't have a spiel. I didn't write any thank yous.
I was thinking about it, because, I was, like, so freaking nervous today.
I know.
I don't know
have, like, a freak out. And, like, you talk this show, like, every day. And but there's a lot of expectations, and later on, there will be like guests, and there will be stuff like that, right?
Yeah, we will have guests. Well, we were going to have one tonight, but I wasn't paying attention to the time. So, we will have guests. This first show, this was, kind of break it in, that kind of thing. What I'm thinking our typical show is going to be is, the first 15 to 30 minutes will be Deb and I talking about whatever our topic is, and then we'll have our guests on to continue the discussion of, the topic. That's just how I see it. If it doesn't, God knows it probably won't go that way, but that's my perfect little thing that I see. I do want to remind everybody about the forum that we've got now. I'll put the link, after the, in the description or after that. Please check that out, because that's going to be such an easy way for us to keep everything sorted, like all the information and all the groups, it's so easy for the stuff to get lost. And with the forum, it's just going to be so much easier to find what it is that you're looking for. Keep it broken down by category.
That's the sourcingforum.com is their Danica and Eric and
Eric started it.
Yeah, and then make sure you check out all the groups that everybody's familiar with, like the Ladies of Reselling's Facebook group, that's Danica's group, and the Reseller Society. It's full of all kinds of people we're all really familiar with, the different faces of that group. I posted a link over in eBay Mommy. That's a group that is mostly women, but there are men in there, and, that's a really nice group to be part of as well if you're like a female wanting to have that kind of camaraderie as moms or whatever that do eBay, and yeah. And,
well, we've got Pickers University, the Thrifting Lounge, Reseller Wakeup, of course. Don't forget to watch that one, Monday through Friday.
Yep.
There are so many really good groups that I, like Katharyne Shelton. I love Katharyne Shelton's treasure hunting group. There's just so many really great groups on Facebook. And guys, don't forget, as soon as this ends, Kevin is from the Thrifting Lounge. He's got his show starts as soon as this one ends, and tonight he's interviewing Dave and Sarah.
Cool.
Yeah, he's got them on tonight, so that should be of course fun. Yeah.
But yeah, you can find me and Danica in pretty much all of those places. I spend most of my time over in the Reseller Society, and over in the Ladies of Reselling. That's where I spend the majority of my day, but I'm a member of a lot of different groups, so
I lurk.
There's so much resources out there.
Oh my God.
One of the things that you see kind of all across the board is organizational issues, doing your tax issues, what you're supposed to track, what you're supposed to do, how you're supposed to keep track of all this stuff. So that's why we decided to do that for the first show, because that's just really something that's coming up, especially tax season is coming, plus it was the beginning of the year, and in the beginning of the year people are like, I'm going to organize. That's why they sell all those totes and drawers of crap at Walmart. Starting January, you can buy a tote, because I'm going to organize and be fit and stop smoking and drink water every day and all those other goals that we set at the beginning of the year.
And then that are done by the end of the first week of January.
February, you're fat, unorganized, and drinking and smoking.
But I really would, like to encourage you guys, if not urge you guys, do, try to organize even just a little bit, even if you just do a little bit a day, because it really will make a difference. Business and personal life, it really, really will make a difference.
Yeah, I have a problem that it takes me a really long time to do stuff, and that's one of the things that makes me really irritated with myself, because somebody could do what I did in like an hour, and it took me like half of the day to get it done, and so that's really frustrating for me. So it's something. The thing is I am not giving in. I'm not giving up. I'm gonna
do it,
work my way through it, because sitting there and going, well, I just have these issues, and this is my issue, and that's just the way it's going to be, is just not good enough for me.
Yep. Well, that's why I finally asked John for help, because I did try. I tried my butt off for 2 months, and it wasn't getting quick enough. I wasn't getting there quick enough. I need, like, now.
I was at the point, if I wouldn't have been able to do what I did yesterday with the room, that was huge for me, because that meant I could do that with any other room.
That was huge, period.
And the way that it looks, and I'm so happy and going in there, and I'm like, oh my God, I can walk on the floor and not step on anything, and I could see, like, my closet. I know I can do that in every other part of my house, but I was at the point that if I had to, I was going to call in, like, an organizer, because you have to just kind of admit where you can't, you just can't do it, and if you need help, you need help. And so if I wouldn't have been able to do that yesterday, I would be on the phone at this point calling somebody to come in. But, actually finishing it was monumental for me. So, yay, go Deborah!
Go Deborah! Well, that's why I called in John. If you can't do it yourself, ask somebody for help. Somebody will help you. You all know that anal person, everybody knows one. Call them over, buy them pizza, give them some beer, whatever. They will help you. But get it done.
We'll be doing the show every Monday, 7 Central Time. Thank you, everyone, for coming and supporting us, and we really love you guys, and you know it. And if you have any questions, you know how to get in touch with us, and make sure to check out all the groups, and thank you.
Thanks, guys. Thank you for making our first show awesome.
I know, thanks.
We'll see you tomorrow morning on the Reseller Wake Up.
Reseller Wake Up.
Bye, guys.
Bye.